Good morning, guys. So I know I said I wasn't gonna come out with another video, but Steven ran into an issue this weekend, and being the bro that I at least want to be, I want to be able to help him out. So I guess he was street drifting and he ended up hitting a wall.
No way.
Alright, so we just got FRS parts.
How do you feel?
Yeah, not too bad. We had it coming. The rest of the night was real good. So.
Yeah, that's what counts. That's what counts. It looked like you and, what's his name, Sebastian were killing it that night.
Yeah, no, it was real good. You really missed out on that one.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, jeez. That's worse than I thought. It's
the body work that sucks.
Right. Oh my gosh. Dang. Yeah, you're right, because this part here is going to be hard to tap out. So wait, you're telling me that since there's so much, I guess, toe on this tire, that when you were driving, you basically had to swap out tires on this side because it accelerated the wear like super quick.
So it was this one right here. You can see that the whole inside just ripped off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was a long night.
Dang. Oh man, that sucks.
So on the way home, we had 3 cars lined up. So it was Sebastian, then it was me, and it was Dan.
Right.
So I was stuck in the middle, so people wouldn't really notice. We were just driving slow. So I'm driving, we get up to a stop sign in downtown, and I was like, oh fuck, there's a cop. So we all like pull off to the right, and we're going like 3 miles an hour to make him go by, and he just takes off, and we're like, oh thank God. So we keep going up the road, and I was like, oh my God, he's back. And he's like shooting speed or something. And so we're going by at like 15 miles an hour. This car's dead ass sideways, squealing a tire because that one doesn't turn right. And he just didn't give a shit.
Oh my God.
I was just sitting there like, please don't add anything else to this night.
Props to you for acting the way you are, like not being super concerned about it, because if that were me, I'd be flipping.
Mechanical damage isn't bad.
Yeah.
You'll see in a minute, it's the control arm's bent like a U, basically.
Right. Steven's jacking up the car. We're gonna start assessing all of the damage, take off the bumper, the wheel, and all of that. He says it's just a lower control arm, and probably I'm thinking maybe a trailing arm too. So damage shouldn't be too bad, even though it looks really bad. Cross our fingers that it's not all as bad as it seems. Let's see here. Yep. Control arm bent back in here. Wow, that's weird. That's a weird spot where it decided to bend. Yeah, I think we want to use a 10 since we don't have a Phillips to get the bumper screws out. But of course, the 10mm is the most elusive socket out there.
Yeah, it's run away again, apparently.
Found the 10.
Found the 10.
You can see where exactly the control arm bent. And then just looking, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but right here, part of the subframe is cracked, which isn't good. Okay, let's see. Phillips. Start taking these out. So we got to take off these rear spats in order to take off the bumper. And it's funny because these spats were actually on my car, but I gave them to Steven because these stupid clips on the bottom side love to dry rot. So my clips basically died, and I just ended up giving it to Steven. Stupid spat. I was able to get it off, and now we should be able to peel off the rear bumper. Hold on, another shit. Every time we think we can take off the bumper, there's one more thing that we have to take off. And it's basically because Steven's car isn't as ratchet as mine. all of the bumper brackets on the bottom side of the car are broken, and we totally forgot about those, so Steven's quickly removing them. Okay, you get a better look. The damage here. He's gonna need a new bumper bracket. Hey, I need a new one of those too. The fender liner, how it like when it got pressed up against the metal part of the fender, it made a perfect cut along that fender liner. Here's the fine side, and then here is the side with the damage. Yeah, it's pressed in.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Just start sliding your way. Yep.
Fancy looking exhaust. What axleback is it?
Nameless.
Nameless? Nice. Yeah, now we got a better look underneath the car, and I can show you guys what I was talking about earlier with the subframe being slightly cracked right here. Wow, that was easy.
Painless.
Impact is going to town with removing all of the bolts that we thought were going to be very difficult to get out, since it's bent here and makes the tolerances super tight wherever the bolts line up. Steven's girlfriend brought us donuts. What a babe. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Honestly, I think you're right with what you're thinking. Just get lower control arms that are adjustable.
Yeah.
And you should be able to fix exactly.
Subframe.
Yeah, exactly.
The subframe that's not broken.
Yeah. Not broken, but not perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a donut break. Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Those donuts were good. Got a little bit of frosting left on my seasoned finger. I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Donut break is over. Time to get this lower control arm out. The problem with it is that since the whole subframe part kind of squished together in one side, the bolt is pressed up against this side of the hole. And you can see how there's like some clearance on this side, but none on this side whatsoever. I legitimately think that an alignment shop should be able to compensate for any minute bends or whatever. Steven noticed that it looks like the rear quarter panel buckled in quite a bit because you can see the gap in the taillight. Now it's unfortunate that cars are made to buckle this way, but at the end of the day it keeps the driver and the occupant safe since it's absorbing all of that impact. We took the tail light off to see if there was any more denting or cracking of the paint that shows a sign of it being dented, and there's just a little bit of cracked paint there. All right, well, it's about time for me to go. I have a class that I have to go to. Then tonight, I'm driving back home and then flying out to Ohio in the morning. Big thanks to Steven for letting me come out and help him. I mean, I'm sure he wants to thank me for the help.
Yeah.
But
Appreciate anything. Yeah.
in all honesty, filming stuff like this is so much more enjoyable to me than just driving around in the car and talking about mods that I want to do or something like that. I think this would be a fun little couple of videos at least of us trying to get his car back up and running. Now, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you might see from one of my latest posts of me ripping tandems with a certain white FRS. That happens to be Steven, for you guys that don't know. I'm gonna drop his Instagram down in the description. Some pretty cool videos of him ripping tandems with some other local Orlando guys, so be sure to check it out. Okay, well, I hope all of you guys have an awesome day and have an awesome Thanksgiving or whatever holiday you consider Thanksgiving. I'm not 100% sure. Sorry for the unpolitical correctness. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys relatively soon. I know I have exams coming up, but we'll see. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Peace.
Ciao, guys.